If you are a founder or a business owner, you must have heard of the terms mass category of products or luxury category of products. In this video, let's understand what are these different price-based categories and why it is important for founders to identify the different price-based categories which exist in the area they operate in. So to start with, first let's understand a very basic concept related to different price-based segments. The exact price bracket at which any product or service will be defined as mass, premium or luxury. It will depend on the specific category that product or service belongs to. So for example, for a category say like a smartphone, a price point of 8,000 or 12,000 will be categorized as a mass category of product. Whereas for a product like a face cream or a face lotion, say for a 550 milliliter or 100 milliliter of a face cream, a price point of 8,000 or 10,000 in the context of Indian market would be defined as premium, or for certain brands even as luxury category of face cream. So the exact definition at which mass transitions into premium or premium transitions into accessible luxury or luxury would depend on the specific category of business where you are operating in. Let's begin with the entry level price point, which are usually defined as the mass segment. So for any product, mass segment is essentially the price point at which the category begins. These are the entry level price points and primarily are consumed uh, uh, by the customers who are starting to use that product. Now again, the definition is not hard and fast that any consumer who's starting to use your product would begin from the mass level. It could be that the customer enters into when they start using the product or the service, they enter into premium or luxury, but uh, overall, largely, mass segment is the entry level price point. Now, the price point at which a customer transitions or upgrades their usage, that segment is called as the premium segment. The exact price bracket would of course depend upon that specific category. Now, the transition from mass to premium, it usually happens when either the customer has used the mass segment of mass category product for a longer period. They've already used it and they want to upgrade their experience from the product, or usually it also happens when the disposable income of the customer or of the household increases. So that's how the transition happens. And broadly, after premium, it's the category which comes as the luxury category, or the flagship category also. It is called in context of some brands. Now, luxury purchases are usually pure aspiration or emotional driven purchases. A lot of times, luxury purchases also lie in the zone of show off, right? The main point which I'm trying to drive here is that while for mass or premium segment, customer is primarily, maybe primarily driven by utility, but uh, a lot of times in luxury purchases, uh, emotions trump over utility, and these are not just utility driven purchases but aspiration or emotional driven purchases as well. I mean, of course, there would be a set of consumers who have a large amount of disposable income, and for them, maybe luxury is the, normal, it's the norm. That's the price point at which they operate or purchase all their, consumerables at. But in a lot of instances, uh, luxury purchases are aspirational, and it's very useful for founders to understand this concept and drive their uh, um, positioning, marketing, advertising in in a emotional or an aspirational form when they are promoting a more luxury or accessible luxury kind of a price point. These are the broad three categories. Now, of course, depending upon the specific, segment you are operating in, a lot of other definitions can also exist, you know, uh, like one of them I've already mentioned, accessible luxury, or you can break premium also into two: starting premium, middle premium, or even luxury can be broken into can be further divided into super luxury or exclusive. There are brands who are so exclusive. It is said that normal people don't even know their names. It only comes with a very old money kind of luxury. So such price point also exists. Now let's come to why it's important for founders to categorize multiple products in their portfolio. If they have, different products in their portfolio, and even if you don't have it currently, in future, you would want to have multiple, product categories in your portfolio. And even if you have only one product, the category or the segment where you are operating in, there would of course be competitors. So it's always useful to understand where your price point lies in versus the competitors in the market. And also, if you are starting out new and if you are just planning out that what price point do you want to operate in, what price point you want to enter the market in, it's very useful to understand these different categorizations. Now, once you have, uh, you know, uh, marked out the different price-based categories, it comes very handy in creating different sales and marketing strategies for each of these different price-based categories which we just discussed. So, as an example, in sales, the retail point at which you will place your mass category of products for sales would be different from where you would, place your luxury category of products. So that's one example of how, sales approach or the sales planning varies for these price-based categories. Also in marketing, the information comes very handy in doing strategic planning for your marketing campaigns. So for each of these different price brackets, each of these different segments, the kind of consumers could be different, or the kind of occasion where the customers consume these different price points, these products at the different price points could be different. So basis your understanding of the consumer behavior in each of the price categories, you will design the marketing, or you will design the communication content accordingly. So for example, we were discussing that luxury products are usually emotion based or aspirational products, right? So when you're promoting your luxury products, you could talk more about the associated aspiration or the emotion. And while you are selling or creating content, marketing content for your mass-based products, maybe you could talk more about the utility or the affordability of that product or service. Also, one more point which is important to understand, that it's not necessary that a consumer at any point is exclusively present in any one of your categories. So, for example, let's understand this with an example. I could maybe use Titan watches, right? Now, Titan watch operates in different price points. It has, a mass segment of market also, where they have watches at the price point of 700, 800, 1000, to a more premium segment as well, Titan Raga, right? So a customer may be using their mass category of products for regular usage, and they might have a Titan Raga as well, which they use occasionally on special occasions. So while designing your sales or marketing strategy, also keep in mind that um you are talking to different consumers. Of course, the positioning is different, but it could also be that you are reaching out to different emotions, different occasional needs when you are promoting your product. So these were the points which I wanted to cover for price-based categories. And again, I'm saying that it's a nuanced concept, and it of course depends on the uh, category or the segment in which you are operating. But having broad understanding of this concept can help you better plan your sales, distribution, and marketing strategy. Thanks for watching.